how are you feeling today? What's troubling you today?
Yeah, well, the world.
Yeah.
The world is troubling me.
Okay.
The blindness, the worshiping of other gods, as I said last break. We are worshiping other gods. First of all, during the Olympics, we just pulled God out back into the public square, but we bound him, gagged him, and tied him to a pole, and we just mocked and spat on him. Mm-hmm. That's going to go well. And then we are worshiping the gods of our of our parties. Mm-hmm. Let me just take you down the road here. Help me out, Democrats. Help me on this. You are now rallying around a candidate that you already vetted once. During the primaries, she was in last place. She traveled all over the country. Everybody listened to her. Last place. She was so out of step with the American people. She was so far left and radical. I mean, we're talking Ilhan Omar territory here. She was so far left, you rejected her. She was last in the polling. Then she becomes vice president. She's assigned to find out the root causes and solve the border. Okay. Well, did she? No. Look at what she approved. I was the last person in the room with Afghanistan. Look at the record of this individual with the Biden administration. Okay? She's part and parcel of it. She's been out pushing for the Green Deal. She wants to go much, much further than that. And that doesn't matter. And then it doesn't also matter that a coup on the president of the United States, okay, I don't care what you think about Joe Biden. This was a coup. Somebody walked into him and said, listen, Mr. President, you can make the decision, but we can make this, we can go the hard way or we can go the easy way. We're going to build you up and make you look like, FDR, and you won't have any problems. And Kamala, she's going to pardon your son and your family, and you won't have any of this nonsense. Or you can stay in and run. But I tell you, we pull all of our support for you. We don't know what the Republicans will do. Do you think games at this level aren't played like that? Of course they're played like that. They both had a gun to each other's head. Joe, I know what you and your family has done. And Joe said, gang, I've been around you for a long time. I know what you've done. So why don't we just back away and be friends? Let's just be friends. Let's let this end nicely. And that's what happened. That's a coup.
Eden Pure is having their famous buy one, get one deal on the thunderstorm air purifiers. No matter how many thunderstorms you buy, you'll get an equal amount for free. There's nothing worse than having odors in your house. Have you ever walked into somebody's house and you're like, oh, wow, you either have a cat or a teenager. Thankfully, you can get rid of any bad smell now when you get the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. Whether it's odor from cooking, cigarettes, litter box, trash cans, or teenagers, it doesn't matter. Thunderstorm will knock it out. It starts working in seconds to clear a room of smells, and you don't ever have to replace a filter. And it doesn't cover the odors. It actually purifies the air. They've sold hundreds of thousands of Thunderstorm units so far, and they have thousands of 5-star reviews online. I want you to go right now to EdenPureDeals.com and use the discount code BECKBOGO.
So a coup happens. Democrats are fine with it. They're totally fine with it. If it wasn't a coup, it would have been the 25th Amendment. They would have taken him out, but he knows too much. So they can't take him out. They got to give him the dignity of the president, even though he's not qualified. That was the reason why he had to go, was he's just not capable of doing it. But he's capable of doing it now on the eve of war? And you're fine with that. Democrats were fine with that. And so then Barack Obama comes out and says, I'm anxious to see how this democratic process is going to work. Well, there is no democratic process because your press has lied to you for over 2-3 years. They have lied to you. When we could all see him decline, they said, how dare you, you bigot, you ageist. And the people, the Democratic voter knew. And that's why they wanted him to run with a real primary and have challengers. But the party, the almighty DNC, the God that must be worshiped, they said, no, he's fine. So he's exposed. He's got to go. He's not going to win. The democratic process, there is no democratic process. Chuck Schumer says it's a grassroots movement from the ground up for Kamala. Nobody liked Kamala. Even the press didn't like Kamala. And then all of a sudden, because they got their marching orders, they erase history. Do you hear me? They erased history. That should be very concerning to you. They erased history and then decided she's the one. She wasn't democratically elected. She was anointed. Who anoints? God and his priests. So she was anointed to be the candidate. And everybody's fine. She's raised $200 million. There is all kinds of evidence that Act Blue, there's a woman, I can't remember where she's from. She would have had to donate every hour on the hour to in these small little pieces to donate the amount they said she donated, which was $18,000. And she says, I gave $100. No. According to records, she gave $18,000. Who did that in her name? No, Kamala's so great, she's raised $200 million, and it's all on the up and up. No, we're going to do a show tomorrow and tell you what Act Blue is up to. We're going to show you the criminal fundraising that we believe we found. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. Now, she's just picked her candidate, her vice presidential nominee. Was it Shapiro? Of course not. Of course not. She can't. Listen to this in America. Democrats, listen to this. She could not have a Jew. She could not have a Jew on the ticket. Should that tell you something? The America is the great Satan. America and Israel must die. Let's kill all the Jews. Let's kill Israel. That vote is too important to the Democrats. They can't lose that vote. And that's not just me saying that. They all say that. All of them. They just say it in a nicer way. Well, it would really kind of ruffle some of the edges of our party. What? By having a Jew? And yet you're okay. And you don't question. You don't know her policies. You rejected them when you heard them the first time. On her website, she doesn't have a single policy. So who are you voting for? The media is making her up. The media has magically changed your mind about her. They hated her, you hated her, and now you're in love with her. So much so you don't even have to ask a question about her policies. By the way, she picked the governor of Minnesota. The governor of Minnesota, I mean, if that's not the answer, America, I don't know what is. I mean, because you're a leftist, right? Democrats, you're a leftist. Democrats in the middle of the country, you like leftists, right? Because this is the governor that is Bernie Sanders' favorite governor. Kamala is more left than Bernie Sanders. So you have two radicals, one from California who was in charge of crime in California. How's that working out for California? And the other one is the leftist from the home state of Ilhan Omar and Little Somalia. How's that working out for you? Oh, by the way, his major cities burned to the ground during BLM, and he did nothing. I'm sorry. I'm sure he supported Kamala when she was saying we have to bail these innocent people out who are lighting fires. This is who you want. You're just blind. There was nobody like, I don't know, let me look into her. It was just overnight done. And this is the party that's going to save democracy. I question the sanity of people. I think we have gone insane. I think we will be viewed by historians as a group of people that got so wrapped up in other gods, the gods of their party, that nothing mattered. It didn't matter. Everybody was up in arms. Donald Trump could go across the street and kill somebody and it wouldn't matter. Look at what's happened to your country. Look what's happened to your savings. Look what's happened to your 401k. Look what's being taught to your children. Look at the future of your children. Look at your community and what's happened with crime. Look at your border. Tell me about what's happened to you personally. And you don't care, you just go right along with it. You're insane. You're insane. If you don't pause, Democrats, to just even ask honest questions like, wait, so what is it she's going to do? What is it that she will do differently? No, you won't. You will vote for anyone. Anyone. It doesn't matter. You'll vote. If you vote for her, you will literally vote for anyone. You will just go off the cliff because your party says, no, there's dirt right there in front of that. No, that's not a cliff. No, look, it's a prairie. And you will walk right off the cliff. I have more respect for people. I have more respect for the individual. I have more respect for the intelligence of the individual. Even if I were to lose, my side were to lose, but it was an actual reasonable debate. Even if everybody said, I looked at all of this, I'm all for the Green New Deal. I'm for a new kind of system that has abandoned capitalism. But that's not it. You deny that that's what's happening. You deny it. And then they give it to you, and you then say, oh, no, but we embraced it the whole time. It's insane.